Welcome to our Impact Report for 2021-22. Thanks to your generous support, we've achieved some amazing wins for nature over the last year. We rely on our generous members, corporate supporters, trusts, foundations and grants, as well as our amazing volunteers. The amount of work they do every year to help us protect wildlife and connect people to nature across the 3 counties is truly humbling. I thank you all. This is the first year of our Wilder strategy, which has 3 main aims: to put nature into recovery, to empower people to act for nature, and to secure our future. Over the next few minutes, I'd like to show you some of the highlights from the last year as we work to create more nature everywhere. Our nature reserves remain at the heart of what we do. Last year we bought 31 hectares of land at Ludgeshall Meadows, thanks to hundreds of generous supporters. This links up with other parts of our Upper Ray Meadows Nature Reserve, a vital area of floodplain meadows and great for wetland birds, and adds to our nature recovery network in Buckinghamshire.
Part of it's already quite rich. Part of it's designated as a local wildlife site, and it's a hay meadow, so it's got a really nice rich flora already there. The rest of the site's been sort of overmanaged by the local farmer over the last few years, with sheep being on right the way through the flowering season. So part of our work really is just going to be letting our foot off the pedal a little bit, allowing nature to sort of reclaim that landscape. Also putting back in place some more wet features, which hopefully will make the site much more attractive to overwintering wildfowl. Bits of land like this come up very rarely around the project area around the Upper Ray, so actually I sort of feel like this is a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity to extend our reaches into that part of the landscape area.
We completed a huge wetland restoration project at Chimney Meadows, which included linking up around 30 kilometres of the River Thames for fish with a new bypass channel around an existing lock and weir.
Behind me we've got a big wide river. It's got a lock on it and a weir, which is stopping fish moving up and down the river. And so what we've done is built this bypass channel to help fish around the weir. During the winter, the channel is designed to come out of bank, so the water can come out of the channel about 50% of the time. And so it just spills onto the floodplain and then gently goes back into the channel as the water levels drop again. And that creates a nice wet, marshy habitat, places for wading birds to feed.
Our nature reserves are vital havens for wildlife and provide many species somewhere safe to breed. We had some excellent results last year, including redshank breeding successfully for the first time at Gallows Bridge Farm, water voles recorded at Dry Sandford Pit, and the adder population at Padworth Common continuing to do well. We've continued our badger vaccination and water vole projects, which help these species on and off our reserves. Beyond our reserves, we're working on an exciting project with West Berkshire Council to improve some of their road verges for wildlife, transforming them into wildlife superhighways. Giving people the skills to start or continue to help wildlife was a key part of our Hedgerow Havens project, which ended last year. During the project, we worked with 25 landowners and more than 100 volunteers, as well as 5 local wildlife groups in the Aylesbury Vale area.
One of the things I've been really pleased about with BBOWT is that they've helped me set up a local village wildlife interest group. So we've formalised that. We're now up and running, so I'm organising the infrastructure of that. but that bring people together that want to do stuff with wildlife, like wildflowers, observing birds, bird counts, etc.
But the pressures on nature and wildlife are immense and unrelenting, with inappropriate development, intensive agriculture and huge infrastructure schemes in our area. We responded to 56 planning applications that threatened wildlife-rich areas and screened hundreds more. It's heartening to know that 85% of planning applications we responded to have been withdrawn, refused or amended with improved considerations for wildlife. Our campaigns work has continued at pace as we speak up for wildlife and hold decision makers and organisations to account, including questioning the government's new Environment Act, or HS2 Limited. We continue to work with landowners beyond our reserves through our Land Advice Service and Future Nature, our new ecological consultancy. We're also working on a partnership project testing habitat banking as a way to address the mandatory needs for developers to deliver biodiversity net gain. We will only achieve nature's recovery by working with others, which is why a key part of our strategy is about empowering people to act for nature. Last year we launched Team Wilder. Our aim is for 1 in 4 people to act for nature, whether in rural or urban areas, and we want individuals, schools, community groups, businesses, landowners and decision makers to get involved. Everyone can play their part in nature's recovery.
Our hope is to create a community of people from all different walks of life who want to give nature a second chance. We could be starting small by planting nectar-rich flowers in our garden for the bees, or cutting a hole in your fence for the hedgehogs, maybe making a wildlife pond. But we're going to build up to think bigger. All of us together can start to create different parts of that wildlife jigsaw that can really, properly help nature bounce back on our own patch.
Urban areas are a key part of our work too. Our wild projects in local towns are helping people to care for green spaces near them. Last year we expanded into Bicester and Aylesbury.
The partnership that we have with BBOWT, the Berks, Bucks and Oxon Wildlife Trust, over many years has been brilliant, particularly the last 18 months when we've had this Wild Vista project focused on the town and all the local environmental groups within the town and the green spaces and the connection with nature that we're trying to provide for local residents.
Speaking up for nature and engaging with local councillors and politicians is an essential part of our work. I'm delighted we now have more than 500 wildlife ambassadors who go the extra mile in supporting our campaigns by meeting their local representatives and giving local wildlife a voice. The importance of access to nature for our well-being is increasingly understood. Our Engaging with Nature project continued last year, giving people with mental health conditions the chance to spend time in nature at the Nature Discovery Centre. They enjoyed crafts and activities, including creating a community wildlife garden.
I don't know what it is about nature, it helps. And I think being out in the open helps.
And you literally will watch that person blossom throughout the session and start to engage with others around them, take part in the activities, and that person when they leave here is very different to the one who arrived.
So research shows that nature connection is great for well-being, but also pro-environmental behaviour. So it's been a real key part of the project itself. So we've done all sorts of things to help wildlife, from hedgehog homes to bird boxes, bat boxes, and then of course the community garden has got an entire patch dedicated to pollinators.
Connecting the next generation to the natural world is vital if we are to hand on the baton of protecting wildlife. Our education centres were able to open again as COVID restrictions eased during the year and our nature clubs restarted. Last year, more than 5,000 children visited our centres and benefited from our Heads, Hearts and Hands approach to environmental education. I'm delighted to say that we ended the year with a historic high of more than 28,000 memberships. That's more than 55,000 individuals. Amazing. I'm sure this is testament to the increasing awareness of the importance of nature in all our lives and recognises the vital role BBOWT plays in protecting and restoring nature in our 3 counties. When someone leaves a gift in their will to BBOWT, it can make a huge difference to our work. Last year we were very grateful to receive more than £1 million in legacy income, which allows us to do more than we initially had budgeted for. We've recently launched our Legacy Society to show people who've pledged or may be considering pledging a gift to BBOWT just what their generosity could contribute to the nature that they love.
It's good for me to know that when I'm gone, this place will be here and it will be looked after. So something that I could contribute to that would be leaving a legacy to BBOWT, and simple question of making sure it's written into your will. First of all, make sure you have a will. Second, make sure you write that into it.
We know the climate is in crisis as well as the natural world, and we're looking to put our own house in order and reduce our carbon footprint through our carbon action plan. Over the last year, this has included purchasing a 3rd electric vehicle and installing more electric vehicle charging points. Environmental issues increasingly make the headlines, not only because of the nature crisis, but the role that nature can play in tackling the climate crisis through nature-based solutions. As we look to the future, we will build on our plans for more nature everywhere in our 3 counties. This includes growing Team Wilder to reach more people and reopening our environmental centre within Windsor Great Park. We're working with Blenheim Estates land managers and partners to protect and restore wildlife and improve the long-term sustainability of 2,000 acres in the northern section of the estate. And our new Reconnecting Burnwood, Opmore and Ray project will help us build a giant jigsaw puzzle of nature sites across Buckinghamshire and Oxfordshire, creating more nature everywhere to benefit people, wildlife and climate. This is just a snapshot of the work over the last year and our plans for this one. Thank you for your support and for joining us in our vision of a wilder Berkshire, Buckinghamshire and Oxfordshire. Together we can have a wilder future where we can all live and thrive.